been a single mom since February, and it's not like, oh, poor you. No, I chose to leave the relationship that I was in, and it was a really fucking hard several months, but I can honestly say that now I am in a much better place. I am so happy. I love my life. My kids and I just moved back to Arizona where they were born, and their dad is here and he's in their life, and it's just, things are just going really good. While this might be the hardest year of my life, I think it's honestly probably going to be one of the best years of my life, because I have and am transforming into the person I've always wanted to be.
So let me get this straight. Your idea of transforming into the person you have always wanted to be is to become a single mother who ruins her family and leaves her man to return to the streets. This is absolutely amazing stuff here, guys. We have so many videos on TikTok that are truly inspiring, where these individuals, you know, they're so enlightened, they're ready to transform, but all that's code for is ready to return to the streets and see a whole bunch of new random men. Yo, what is going on, guys? Returning after a little bit of a hiatus here with an absolute banger for you guys. This here is a single mother who is apparently recently a single mother. She has decided to disband her family and force her children to separate their time between herself and her father. She has also moved to Arizona, I believe she said, with the kids. But now that we've ruined the family unit and we've left our man, we are happy. We are excited at the person that we are transforming and becoming. So guys, let's just jump into today's video. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Let's take a listen.
So I've started doing this thing where I take myself out to dinner, and I don't have my kids right now. Their dad has them. So I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on. I honestly wasn't gonna put makeup on, but if I was actually going out on a date, I would. So I'm like, I need to do the same, even if I'm just taking myself out on a date. And I thought it would be fun to get ready and talk about dating as a single mom.
Okay, so call me crazy here for a minute, guys, but people who are happy, in my opinion, don't get all dressed up to take themselves out on a date. That doesn't strike me as happy person behavior, but hey, maybe I'm just a little bit weird, maybe I'm wrong, right? But this is a woman who, she's not, don't worry guys, she's not returning to dating, she's just taking herself out on a date, you know, getting herself all makeup up here, but don't worry, she's happy. I'm going to have to pause here now because quite frankly I am losing some brain cells, but you know what I won't be losing, guys? Skin cells, which is why today's episode and my awful transition here is brought to you by Tiege Hanley. For those of you guys who are new or returning to the channel, Tiege Hanley is a skincare company that helps men do uncomplicated skincare. Their whole thing is that they make the process really simple, and personally I have been using them for a long time, even before they sponsored this channel, because of this reason. They have different systems, but personally I think a good place to start is with their level 1 system, where you get all of their basic stuff. You get a daily face wash to remove all of the dirt and grime on your skin. You get an exfoliating scrub that helps you remove dead skin. And on top of that, you also get an AM and a PM moisturizer to help with sun exposure and skin hydration throughout the night, respectfully. Tiege Hanley is a great choice for skincare because everything is super simple. The box it comes in has an instruction card that explains how to use everything. So even if you are an avid TikTok user with the attention span of, 6 seconds or so, you can probably use it too. They have tons of 5-star reviews on their website from all over the world, which you can find on their website. And I'll even throw up some screenshots here for you now so you can see for yourself if you can't be bothered heading to their reviews section. When you become a member of Tiege Hanley, you also get extra stuff like 20% off the retail price. You can customize your box, you get deals that nobody else gets, and of course you can cancel or change your order at any time if you change your mind. If you're a US citizen as well, you also get free shipping on top of all that. And guys, because Tish Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they are offering you a great deal. All you have to do is click the link in the video description for 30% off of your first box, as well as a free gift. The free gift comes in the form of either a free DOP kit or a high quality dowel, so don't miss out and click that link to get started today. But let's get back to today's episode.
Dating as a single mom. I have been a single mom since February. And it's not like, oh, poor you. No, I chose to leave the relationship that I was in.
Absolute shocker here. I, for one, never really feel sorry in the first place unless these women become single mothers as a result of the dude being, unless she's a widow. I don't particularly have any empathy or feel sorry for the woman if she becomes a single mother. And the reason why for that, guys, is typically because the woman is the one leaving the relationship or pushing the man out of the relationship. I think this statistic is pretty well backed up by the divorce statistics as well. 80% of women are initiating, in 80% of instances, rather, women are initiating the divorces. So you didn't really have to tell me not to have any empathy for your situation, mainly because I didn't have any to begin with. But let's continue.
And it was a really fucking hard several months, but I can honestly say that now I am in a much better place. I am so happy. I love my life. My kids and I just moved back to Arizona where they were born, and their dad is here and he's in their life. And
okay, so we've taken the kids and we've moved somewhere else. Now, I'm assuming that the dad, this is just my guess here, I think that the dad probably followed you because he didn't want to lose his kids to you and you wanted to travel and take them away. That's just my guess, simply because that's just what happens in a lot of these situations. But hey, maybe not. Maybe she's just going back to where the dad is, but I personally don't really believe it. But let's keep listening here.
much better place.
Oh, and also, guys, I want you to remember this, okay? So just here, she says, I've actually run this clip through because I was trying to think of a bit of a title. I don't usually watch these clips, but I'm a little bit dry for title ideas. So she says she's really happy here. Okay, I want you guys to remember that when she goes on to highlight the situation she's in. So let's just remember, she's very happy, she's in a good place, and she's loving the person she's becoming. And let's continue.
And I just moved back to Arizona where they were born, and their dad is here and he's in their life, and it's just, things are just going really good.
I love how she says, like, the father being in the life is a good thing. Like, no, the father shouldn't be in the life. The father should be well and truly a part of their lives. Like, do you guys see the difference here? Like, she's trying to brush it off as if, like, oh, the father's around. That's a good thing, right? But no, the father should be there pretty much all the time when he's not working. He should be a part of the family unit, is what I'm trying to say here. Not just, oh, we visit, the dad on weekends or whatever the case may be. Or I don't know how the custody is split. Typically not very favorably for the man if she can just up and leave with the kids. But you see what I'm saying here? Like, this is not some benefit that their kids now have to divide their time between the mother and the father, but hey, at least he's still there. It's like, no, the father should always be around the kids no matter what. But hey, we have to return to the streets, right?
While this might be the hardest year of my life, I think it's honestly probably going to be one of the best years of my life because I have and am transforming into the person I've always wanted to be. So I'm really thankful for the challenges that this year has brought. I am not at all ready to date. Like, I would be disrespecting myself if I went on a date for like so many different reasons in no particular order. First off, I am like not completely over my ex. I made a lot of progress, but we still working.
Okay, so I don't know when this video was released, but she says she's been single since February. But I don't really believe that this woman has not been dating, right? And I'll explain what I mean here, okay? I believe that she hasn't really been out on those dinner dates where she's getting swept off her feet by Prince Charming. But just make no mistake here, guys. She says that she hasn't been dating. That doesn't mean that she hasn't been having casual relationships with random men. I never really believe this thing of like, oh, I've been single and I haven't been talking to any guys for like X amount of months because I've been working on myself. I was never really a believer in that. These girls are never truly single, and just because no guy wants to actually take you out on a date doesn't mean that she hasn't been having her fun on the side here. And this is something that puts a lot of guys off of relationships as well, is like, this guy was probably in a relationship with this woman for a good amount of time. You know, they had kids together, kids together, whatever the case may be. Probably went on for a few years. And this was probably a girl that he stayed with for a very long time. They were together, and now all of a sudden she's, someone else's potential one-night stand. This is a really revolting thought to a lot of guys. And truthfully, it's, a lot of guys look at this and say, well, what's the point of dating when such a disgusting instance is pretty common here? But I don't think that she actually hasn't been dating, so to speak. She's still been out there having her fun, is going to be my take on it.
A lot of progress, but we still working on that. Second of all, I have really, really specific financial goals for myself that are obviously going to benefit me, but more so my kids. I have a business that I had when we were living in New York, and I have relaunched it here, but it's basically kind of like starting over, and I want that to become my main form of income. I'm working 2 jobs, and I'm just relaunched my balloon business. And in order for me to do that, having 2 little kids is really hard to do.
Okay, so this is the part of the video where I pause it, and I want to go back to earlier where I told you guys to remember when she said that she was happy. Okay, so this is a woman who has moved to Arizona, I think she said, again. She's working 2 jobs now. She's also working on a side business. So she's working on 3 jobs essentially here. Doesn't sound to me like the side business is very successful. This just sounds to me like some... I'll be honest, guys. Whenever these people say that they have a business, and then they're like, yeah, well, I'm also working 2 other jobs. You don't have a business. You have something that you're just trying to make work on the side. It's probably some like Instagram page with like 5,000 followers, but like, 10 people who actually engage on the post. You see what I'm saying? I never believe this stuff. If you are saying that you have a business, but you have to work 2 other jobs to support yourself, I don't really believe you here. I also don't believe that you're particularly happy in this situation. You're working 2 jobs, you're working on your business on the side as well, so you can make it your primary source of income. You're taking yourself out on dates. You've just split apart your family unit, and I'm supposed to believe that you're happy. I think this is something that just a lot of modern women tell themselves, is they're like, yeah, I want to go out there, I want to chase the money, I want to do all this stuff, make my money, as it were. But then, when they get to 30, 40, 50, etc., they start to realize, hey, wait a minute, maybe I should have prioritized family, and the unhappiness really kind of creeps in. That's just what I've noticed. But hey, you want to go out there, you want to chase the bag, be a career woman, work on your business at the same time as 2 other jobs, which doesn't really sound to me like a successful business at all. Knock yourself out, madam. Completely up to you.
Really hard to do. So any extra time that I do have is really going into my financial goals.
Complete nonsense, by the way. So I just have to pause it again, because so much that's coming out here is complete nonsense, right? But she says that she has to spend all of her spare time. She has no spare time because she's working on her financial goals, and yet we're sitting here watching, what is this, like a 5-minute TikTok? What is this? Let me check. Oh, yeah, 5-minute TikTok essentially here of herself doing makeup to take herself out on a date, which again, she's probably going to see some dude, I don't know. But don't tell me that you have no free time and that all of your free time is being used on your business when you're sitting here recording yourself on TikTok doing makeup to go out to supposedly take yourself out on a date. Like, you see how words just don't match actions, guys. It's amazing to me how people just throw out words, but none of them just seem to match what it is that they're doing in the current moment. Insane.
Third, my kids are my priority, and right now I literally have no time. Like, I took the night off actually from work tonight because my eye is literally twitching. I'm so tired. We just moved here 2 weeks ago, and it has been an adjustment, a lot.
Okay, so you have no time, you're incredibly tired, and you're trying to work on your business, and your solution is to take time off of your business to go out and take yourself out on a date. Like, is this making sense to everyone, or am I the only crazy one here? Like, what's happening? You guys let me know in the comments, okay? Maybe I've gone absolutely insane watching some of these videos, but this is just something that doesn't make sense to me. You've got no time. All you like, so our priority is the kids and our financial situation, and yet we're taking time off of the business to take ourselves out on a date, which, again, she's probably going to see some dude. And you've also disbanded your family. So how much do you really care about your kids, and how much do you really care about your business? Because your actions are actually, crazily enough, the complete opposite of what you say that you're intending to do.
A lot of running around, a lot of transitions. So what I'm doing right now is very rare. I am making time for myself because I know I'm going to go batshit crazy if I don't. And also, lastly, I am in a healing journey. I have made a lot of progress, but I'm still dealing with heartbreak, and I am still really working on figuring out a lot of the choices that I made, why I have made the choices that I have made in my romantic life. And until I can for sure say and know that I've, come to a place where I understand why I've made the decisions that I've made in the past, and that I am completely and totally in love with myself and don't need a man to help with that, I am not going to date.
It is... guys, I've seen that rant so many times. It is actually funny to me now, right? This whole healing journey, and I just need to learn to love myself, and that's the solution to everything. It's just complete and utter narcissism. Check out this woman's solution here for a second, okay? So her solution here to her current predicament is that she needs to learn to love herself more before she dates men. Number one, the men who actually respect themselves don't want to date single mothers. Number two, what are you talking about a healing journey for? You're the one that ditched him. So there's also that there. Anytime you hear a girl talk about healing journey, astrology signs, all of her ex relationships with narcissists, any of these things, these are just absolutely massive red flags here. But, this is just absolutely hilarious to me. What did she say at the end here? There's something else I was going to say. Hold on a second.
Sure. Say and know.
Oh, yeah. So she loves herself, right? That's the goal here. Have you guys noticed how whenever I make these videos, I don't say, hey, guys, you know what the solution to your relationship problems are if you're a guy who's choosing to date, or if you're a guy who's, not choosing to date, whatever the case may be. Have you guys noticed how whenever I make these videos, I never sit down and say, guys, you just need to go on... I can't even say it. You just need to go on your healing journey, and you need to learn to love yourself more. What on earth kind of solution is that? It has no practicality at all. And to me, it just sounds like narcissism repackaged. Learning to love yourself. You need to learn to love yourself before you find a man. You know what's going to help? If you're a dude, you know what's going to help your mental situation a lot more than just, believing in yourself and loving yourself and manifesting things. It's probably just going to the gym would be step number one, I would say. But these people, they have to manifest things, and they have to just go into this world that makes absolutely no sense. But hey, I'm sure she'll have some fantastic results. Guys, while this woman is working on her healing journey, okay, why don't we all go to the gym, and then we'll compare our results in 10 years' time. A lot of men have actually done this, and the result differences are pretty hilarious. Let's continue.
I've, come to a place where I understand why I've made the decisions that I've made in the past, and that I am completely and totally in love with myself and don't need a man to help with that, I am not going to date.
She also just told us, by the way, that her dating habits consist of bad boys. If you read between the lines there, she's essentially just told us that her decisions in dating have not been the best. She can't really choose men correctly. So, she needs to reevaluate that, which is basically code for now that I'm older, I need a guy to come in and look after me, essentially. I need to unwire all of these bad habits in choosing men, and now I'm ready for a guy who's really going to step up and look after me and my kids. That's really what this is code for.
And I am in a part of Arizona where there's a lot of good-looking people, and it's really hard to not want to put myself out there, but I just know that I'm not ready, and I know that putting myself out there is not what's best for me. It's not what's best for my kids. If you're a single mom, you know when the time is right for you to date, and nobody can tell you that. It might be a month after you break up. It could be 3 years down the road. No one has the right answer. And
here's the right answer for you. You ready? You shouldn't be dating. That's the answer. Whenever I see these videos of like some woman who's a single mother or some girl who's like 50 years old and she's sitting there and she's saying, man, you know, I'm trying to manifest my Prince Charming, or they're talking about dating. My mind just goes to the fact that you shouldn't be dating at all. Like, ma'am, you have kids. You should be with the father of the kids. I don't care if you, at this point, like, really, make it work with the father. If he's such a bad man, then you probably shouldn't have had kids with him in the first place. Like, all of the accountability goes out the window. I don't feel sorry for single mothers, guys, because they choose the men that they have kids with. This is not some rocket science thing, okay? They choose the guys who they have kids with, and then they ditch him after the fact. And I'm supposed to have, what, empathy for her situation, or encourage her to go out and date a bunch of random guys? Like, hell no. Make it work with the father of your kids, or you know, just that's it. Make it work with the father of your kids. I don't really want to hear anything else. It's just absolute insanity to me. Now, this is actually really normal in today's society, and not only is it normal, it's actually encouraged. These are people who get, you know, government money for making the decisions that they choose to make, which comes out of your pockets, by the way, guys. If you're a working man, or you're one of the 3.5 women who watch this channel and you're a working woman, you know, your taxes are paying for this crap, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a meme, it's funny, okay, but, you know, a lot of working class people are actually paying for this terrible decision making here.
no one has the right answer. And the only person that knows what's best for you is you, so don't listen to anyone else says. Okay, I just finished my makeup, so I'm gonna go take myself on a date and have a nice beverage. Bye!
Holy hell, my brain cells just evacuated with that last sentence there. But of course, guys, you know, we post these videos for the self-confidence, right? And because we're learning to love ourselves, not because we need validation from random strangers on the internet. That couldn't possibly be the cause of these videos. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. You know, it's been a little minute since I've recorded something. You know, to be honest with you guys, these video clips, really not too good on the brain, but we're going to be leaving it there. As always, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. And as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.